it's been different. Some people are like, do this, do this, do this. I'm just like, all right, man. Any minute now, I'm gonna pull a Ricky Bobby. Right? I don't know, do my hands, man. Luis Martinez. I'm the Texas Veteran Leadership Program Resource Referral Specialist. I'm also the commander of the DAV 237 here in San Angelo. PACT Act is a huge bill that was just signed in by President Biden. It now adds a lot of presumptives to the burn pits that a lot of veterans face while they were deployed, like Iraq, Afghanistan, had huge burn pits that exceeded, EPA standards as far as like health and breathing standards. But not just the younger veterans, it also added more countries for Vietnam veterans to apply for Agent Orange. So it's a massive bill that we're so glad that got passed. So if you're a veteran, so it's not just veterans. So if you are a veteran or a spouse, a surviving spouse of a veteran who passed away, this affects them as well too. So if you have questions about whether or not you were denied a claim, come back in now. Because now most of the stuff that you were probably denied was presumptive now. So if you were denied, come in. If you have questions and you never filed for, come in. If you had your survivor benefits denied for whatever reason that you think could have been attributed to this, come in. So we're at the VA clinic here, when it opens from 8 o'clock to 4:30. And then I have another representative at the Cactus Hotel who does this as well too. So we're always available to take people in to help. So the VA won't actually process the PACT Act claims till January 1, but they are advising everyone to get in now. If you get in your claims now, it's going to save you a lot of time, right, before they get to January 1st. Because right now, there's over 500,000 claims in the pipe right now waiting to be processed. And that's not including appeals. So the faster they get in to start their benefits, the faster it's going to be for them in the long run. The process is pretty quick. It usually depends on the veteran how fast they work on getting wanting to get their claim approved or the information. So all they got to do is just come in, we set them up, we send it off, and usually within a couple weeks, maybe a month, they'll start getting phone calls for appointments. Well, we're fortunate enough to have some couple of DAV claims representatives here in San Angelo. It's myself and Troy Crosby. He's another DAV claims representative. He's also the Veteran County Service Officer for the Tom Green County. But we're fortunate enough that when we submit stuff, it happens fast. Again, the most times when we're waiting for something, it's usually waiting on the veteran to get us more information. But it happens pretty quick. The forms are tedious and they're time consuming because they are government forms, but they're needed. And when you come see myself or Troy, we already know what to put on there because the VA has stated, if you've been denied, instead of having to submit new evidence, as long as you were diagnosed with the issues like chronic sinusitis or rhinitis or bronchitis, chronic cough, sleep issues, anything like that, come on in because the VA has set guidelines. Okay, we want you to put this on their appeal. And once it's processed, then we'll start getting the claims approved faster. Yeah, just come in. That's the first thing. The hardest step is coming to that front door. That's the hardest step. Because a lot of veterans, they say, well, I don't want to waste time. Or the biggest one we get is a lot of veterans like, well, there's other veterans out there that have it worse than me. True. But you join the service. This is your benefit. Know your rights. And the thing is, with the younger veterans, what they need to realize is the burn pit is no joke. Like this is seriously could be life or death later on down the line. And that's why we're trying to learn our lessons from what the government did to the Vietnam veterans, because we're still having Vietnam veterans with Agent Orange issues. So that's why they were included in this PACT Act because, Agent Orange is a dirty, dirty chemical. It's not like you just wash it off, and it affects not just you, but children that were born from Vietnam veterans have side effects now, like spina bifida, but a lot of veterans don't know that their dependents can claim that stuff. Yeah. Get in now and get taken care of because it's a lot easier to prove now than it is 20, 30 years from now because now we're fighting, life is not kind to us, right? So now we're fighting age and your service. So we have to differentiate the two. So get in now to get it taken care of. It's not that you're complaining or you're taking benefits from somebody else. The VA has funds allotted for you. It's just a lot of people don't tap into those funds. So sometimes a lot of veterans have to take that pride and swallow it. But at the same time too, when you're doing your claim, you're not doing it for you, you're doing it for your family. Because these benefits could potentially turn into survivor benefits for your spouse. these benefits could potentially turn into educational benefits for your children, depending how severe it is. So you're not doing it for you now, you're doing it for your family. And most veterans, I'm a parent, I want to be around for my kids, I want to be around to see my grandkids, and I want the same thing for the veterans. I don't want you to have an issue that didn't go diagnosed, so just get in here now. So the VA so I'm not with the VA and with the state and the DAV. A lot of veterans that I get now, and same thing with over at the Cactus, a lot of veterans that come in, they hear the horror stories from the VA, right? And they don't want to get burned. But I'm gonna tell you right now, this is not your grandfather's VA. The programs they have now and the staff are phenomenal, especially the CBOC here we have in San Angelo, by far the best VA clinic I've ever been to. The physicians, the nurses, the staff, everyone has been phenomenal, getting the help that you need. And if they can't do it here, they will refer you out to the community as per the Mission Act. So I get my care here, and I want a lot of veterans to come in here because you can't get taken care of if they don't know, right? So don't feed into the whole, well, I went to a VA in some other part of the country and they treated me horribly. That's there. This is here. Come here and see what they got.